Welcome to Raya Shiksha Sanstha's online learning program, Standard 6th. Hello students, today we'll be covering the rest of the lesson, The Merchant of Venice. So let's start. In the meanwhile, Shylock heard that Antonio had lost his ships. He was very happy that Antonio would not be able to pay the money. He took Antonio to court and demanded that he fulfill the strange and cruel condition. The Duke liked Antonio and was sorry for him, but what could he do? Antonio had written a bond to Shylock, and according to the law, Shylock was right. So, on the other hand, Antonio suffered bad luck. His ships did not return. Antonio was taken to the Duke's court uh, by Shylock, who demanded justice for after the poor man failed to pay back. So, when Bassanio and Portia heard all this, they rushed back to Venice. Portia told Bassanio to pay Shylock twice the amount to save Antonio, but Shylock was adamant. He demanded only a pound of Antonio's flesh. Everyone in the court, including the Duke, felt that Shylock's demand was inhuman. The Duke asked Shylock to show mercy towards Antonio, but Shylock was not ready to do so. He felt that Antonio and others had treated him badly before, and he wanted revenge. So everyone pleaded for mercy on Antonio's behalf, but the cruel Shylock wasn't ready to forgive. Just then a young lawyer entered the court. He said that he would fight Antonio's case. He asked Antonio whether he had agreed to Shylock's condition. Antonio said that he had agreed. So Portia, dressing as a young lawyer, went ahead to fight the case. Then the young lawyer requested Shylock to show mercy, though the law was on Shylock's side. The lawyer pleaded that mercy is a good quality of God Himself. When a person shows mercy to someone else, they are both blessed. Mercy was more valuable than a king's crown, but all that had no effect on Shylock. The young lawyer then said that the law allowed Shylock to take a pound of flesh and he could do that. At the same time, the lawyer warned that while cutting off the flesh, Shylock should not shed even one drop of Antonio's blood. Also, they should cut exactly, he should cut exactly 1 pound of flesh, nothing less, nothing more. That would not be allowed by the law. So she allowed Shylock. She means Portia, the lawyer. So she allowed Shylock to cut a pound of Antonio's flesh on the condition that not even one drop of blood would be shed, as the bond did not have this point mentioned. Also, he should cut exactly 1 pound of flesh as per the contract, nothing less, nothing more. Shylock realized that he could not do what the young lawyer asked him to do, and he accepted his defeat. Antonio's life was saved. Who was the young lawyer? Bassanio and Antonio found out later that it was none other than Portia herself, dressed as a young man. Later it was learned that Antonio's ships were safe, and so he had not in fact lost his money. Thus the story, which could have ended in a tragic manner, ended happily. So Shylock realized that he would not be able to cut the flesh without making Antonio's bleed, and thus he accepted defeat in the hands of clever Portia. So it was only later when Antonio and Bassanio came to know that the younger lawyer was none other than the beautiful and intelligent Portia. Also, towards the end, we come to know that Antonio received the good news of the safety of his ships. Thus, the play ends on a happy note where the friendship of the two men, the wit of a woman, wins over a difficult situation. So, I hope you understood this chapter well. Thank you.